Harahime! Harahime! Hello! Good morning, good afternoon, good day, Hime! Hello! 안녕! 안녕, 친구들! Hello! Hello! What's up, guys? What's up? Hello, how's everybody doing today? Let me get a good sleep. Let me get a good meal. Everyone feeling great? Doing good till night. Yeah, good. I had a chill morning myself. Woke up, made some breakfast, did some work, and now I'm here. Now I'm here to educate you all, to give you the insider scoop. Okay, I hope you get well soon. How'd you like the voice? You guys! Yeah, I like to sleep sometimes. Yeah, thank you for recording those messages for me. I try not to how to say? I try not to obsess over them, because it's only a small project and I don't want anyone to feel left out, but I really do appreciate it a lot. It does give me a lot of energy. I listen to some of them before I start stream. I'm not gonna say whose I listen to, but yeah, just know that, you know, your princess is very appreciative of the things that you do for me. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Anyways, today! Not yesterday. Not tomorrow. Not any day after. But today! I'm gonna be sharing some insight on my experience as a trainee. So, quick disclaimer, this is obviously just my personal experience with it. Doesn't represent the whole industry or any companies as a whole. So just take it with a grain of salt. Take it as some anecdotes or stuff like that. Okay? Please don't sue me. But yes, when I was forever 18, aka some years in the past, I auditioned to a company and I was accepted as a trainee. And this is my experience with the industry and the trainee life. So, yes, I too wanted to be an idol at some point in my life. I mean, I guess I am an idol now, but a Korean idol is very different from the kind of idol that I am now. Yeah. A friend of mine that totally isn't me. But I'll share some insights, give you some explanation, because not everybody might be familiar with this type of idol scene, and you know, just it's a cool look into my past, okay? Anyways, what is K-pop? That is the big question, isn't it? So, K-pop, also known as Korean pop, is the pop music that is become a big industry over in Korea and is known for, you know, producing girl groups. Oh my god, so loud. You're like, thank you!
3 tabs open is 2 minutes. I'm on 5.
5 tabs, wow. Yeah, so K-pop is Korean pop music that stems from South Korea and has grown to become a huge global industry these days. So groups like Blackpink, Twice, BTS, all that stuff Yep, now it's everywhere. I remember when I was younger, like I used to listen to a lot of K-pop, and like with me and my friends, like we were the only ones who would listen to them and like dance to them, and people called us cringe. But those same people are like here listening to Blackpink and like standing BTS now. It's just insane to me. It's crazy. But yeah, there were a lot of famous groups. You might recognize some of them, like yeah, Psy from the Gangnam Style, and also like Big Bang. You probably heard of some of their songs, you know, like wow, fantastic baby dance. G-Dragon, Girls' Generation. Yeah, there's a lot more about like K-pop that I'm probably not gonna delve into just because it's kind of boring. But yeah, I personally got into K-pop when I was younger because, like, you know, living here in Asia, it's everywhere. It really is everywhere, even back in the day. And I had spent some time in Korea, so I do remember like seeing, you know, Girls' Generation, FX, Wonder Girls, like mostly girl groups actually. I didn't really care for like SHINee or Big Bang or stuff, but. yeah, there were a lot of like OG groups back then from the K-pop second generation, as we call them. The first generation is like 1990 2000s ish. Second generation is like around mid 2000s to 2015s, and now third generation is like around 2015s to 2020s, and now we're in the fourth gen. So, 뽕뽕토끼 감사해요. Thank you. 기프트 멤버십 감사해요. 고마워. Yes. Next door. How to become an idol. Well, all of these groups and idols that you see, you know, they didn't just come out of nowhere. They had to be trained, and they need the backing of a company. Like there's virtually no such thing as an indie K-pop idol. It's just not feasible. You don't have the funding, the connections, anything to be able to become like an idol if you're on your own. So you have to audition to a company or be scouted by a company. And for me, I auditioned. I will not say the name of the company nor the groups that are under that company because I do not want to be sued. Namiho, thank you! And also congratulations on your debut. But yes, I auditioned in 2017 and I got through. And I trained for a little under a year with 2 or 3 months. I don't remember how long. It was like, I think it was like 10 weeks of that training being in Korea. So to pass an audition, you have to showcase your skills there. It's kind of similar to VTuber auditions, you know, like you show your skills and then you get called back for an interview and then you discuss a contract, things like that. But I went to a physical interview, like one of these, because usually you can do auditions online, like you can send your video clips online. But there just so happened to be one in my city, and I went to the in-person audition. I sang and I danced, and it was cringe. I remember the songs that I sang. I sang you. I think it was "You Are" by Taeyeon. And then there was also a Produce 101 song, and I danced to I danced to a 1 million dance studio song, and it was cool. It was great. I genuinely, like, looking back on it, I don't know how it happened. Like, I don't know how they chose me, but I got called back to round 2, where they also interviewed us, because they also like ask you some questions to like gauge you on your Korean proficiency, your PR skills, your goals, your life habits, things like that. They were desperate. Okay, I will say that the company that I joined was it's not like, how do I say this? I did not join one of the big three, which I'll explain later. But it wasn't like a Nugu company either. It was a pretty decently sized with like some pretty well-known groups under their belt. And there are actually some of their idols that have debuted now that I used to train with. It's really crazy to think like like I trained with this person and now like they're on like huge screens and like doing crazy stuff. It's I don't know, it's really weird. You know, the world is smaller than you think. So it's like Face Connect. Kind of, I guess. I won't say like Face Connect level as in like, you know, like I'm not gonna give levels to like corpos here in VTubing because me personally I think that's just a bit rude. But is there a K-pop basement art? You fucking bet there is. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But the big three, or well, four now, as I mentioned before. So in K-pop, we regard three companies or four companies nowadays as like the most popular or most well-known groups. Most well-known entertainment companies that produce the most well-known idol groups. And that is SM Entertainment, who has groups like, I think that's NCT. NCT. They had EXO, they have Red Velvet, they have aespa, they have Girls' Generation, you know, they have BoA. So a lot of like big recognizable names under there. And then there's JYP Entertainment, who was founded by JYP himself, Park Jin-young. And they have Twice, they have iKON, they have Baby Monster now, I think. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's YG. And I don't actually recognize those. They have Stray Kids. Yeah, I don't keep up with this anymore. Is Twice still going? They are, and it seems like they're just like getting bigger and bigger reach. But like JYP is known for like Twice, Wonder Girls, things like Stray Kids. Oh yeah, NMIXX, ITZY, things like that. YG is known for Blackpink, iKON, Winner, yeah. And now there's Hybe labels, who used to be Big Hit, which was the company that founded, you guessed it, BTS. So under Hybe, I'm not really too familiar with them, but they have Le Sserafim, they have was it New Jeans? Yeah. And Hypin as well. Yeah. So, you know, quite big names under all of these groups, which is why most people want to get into one of these. And obviously, like, you know, I auditioned for them as well, but I didn't get in. But label is GFriend. They were under Source Music, which has been absorbed by Big Hit and became Hybe. But yeah, GFriend is great. 𝐒𝐨𝐬𝐚𝐥. And now I think that there's only 𝐕𝐕, which is like 3 of them. But yeah, so these are the companies that, you know, most people usually aim for, like, it's like the dream company. Although not everything is all rainbow and sprinkles, as you probably have seen. Like, even some of the members from these groups have spoken about like the kinds of like treatment or like training regimes that they had to do, and I'll get all into that later. Anyways, next up. Day in the life of a trainee. So, what happens when you do get into a company? Do you have to like, you know, go to lessons? Do you have to like live there? So, this was my experience when I was I went overseas to train for a few months, and this is like pretty standard for most full-time trainees. I was only a full-time trainee for like those few months. Other than that, I only did like everything after 4 p.m. But basically, we would have to wake up pretty early. Depends if you want breakfast or not. Honestly, most of the time, like, we all skip breakfast. Like, nobody eats more than 1 meal a day. But we would wake up, shower, and then we'd have to go to gym in the morning. And then usually we would have 3 to 4 practice sessions each day. So practice can encompass anything from dance practice to vocal lessons to like songwriting or like things like that, and also like PR training. A lot of different things, like depending on like which company you are. But most people will just have like vocal lessons and dance lessons. So we would do that after gym. It's kind of like a school day, and then we'd have lunch. I'll talk more about the lunch part later. But after that, practice again, and then like this is usually like for trainees that are already fluent in Korean, they would go to like English lessons instead. So instead of like learning Korean, they learn English or Chinese. For overseas applicants, they would learn Korean, because my Korean is dog shit. I haven't used it. Like I'm still at a baby's level, okay? I'm still a babu. And then after that, we would have more practice, and then we'd have dinner. And depending if you are like which class you're in, like which subset you're in, you would either have more practice or you would have another one of these lessons. So it's not like free time or anything. We actually you don't get much free time as a trainee. You're not really allowed to go out or do what you want. Practice at 10 p.m. Yeah, and it would usually practice lasts for around 3 hours each time. So we would like go to bed. We would go to bed at like 1:30 or like 2. I've been seeing him. It's just speaking Korean. That's because I don't speak Korean a lot. Like I only say like a couple of phrases here and there. But like if you ask me to like hold a conversation with someone, I would pass out on the spot. I mean, it's 4 hours. Yeah, it's kind of tough, but at least those 4 hours of sleep is like good quality sleep, because you just pass right out. You're just so tired. Yeah, and you know, some people have different schedules depending on like, you know, how long they've trained or like what subclass they're in. I'll get into that more especially like later. But basically, when you're training, like you kind of have to like put your all into it, because if you don't show improvement over time, then the company can terminate your contract. Like you can literally get kicked out of idol school if you because like usually in the contracts, like they kind of do it with the expectation of you getting up to their standards, right? And if you don't meet these standards, then you can be cut from the training. Yeah, so you kind of have to work hard. Like you have to put your all into it, and you're kind of pitted against everyone else as well, because like, you know, you might be training with like 30 people, but how many spots are there gonna be in the debut group? Like probably like maximum 6 or 7. So it really is like survival of the fittest. OBS? Is OBS back? Okay, we back. Alright, let's go. Among Us. Yeah, like they are basically, because when you join a company under a trainee contract, your training in most cases is free of charge. So you don't have to, unless you're in like some super shady company. You don't have to pay to, you know, attend their lessons, live in the dorms and stuff. And some companies, I heard, will even give you allowance. Not mine though. Not mine. Yeah. Free with a shit ton of fine print. Yeah. We'll talk about what happens after that. But basically, they're like risking their resources on you, right? So if you don't meet their standards, then they see no reason to continue using their resources on you when they could have found a more well-suited trainee. So it really is just like, you know, get good. Get good or get kicked out. Have paid off your loan yet? I'll get to that in a bit as well. I'm not allowed to say anything about my situation, but like, you know, a friend of mine, a friend of mine. Okay. And the rules that the company will usually give you. This is like pretty standard across the entire industry, I'm pretty sure. So, and these are pretty strict. Number 1, no dating. No yabs at all. In fact, you're not even allowed to, I state this later, but you're not even allowed to interact with, like, if I'm a female idol, right? I wouldn't be allowed to, like, interact with the male trainees in my company. Like, we have different, for example, we have different meal times and, like, different parts of the cafeteria that we would be allowed to sit on. So, like, you were not allowed to interact with the opposite sex at all to prevent any of this stuff. Yeah, and obviously no dating. Although there is kind of an unspoken rule. When you're a debut idol, if you go 3 years or so without causing trouble for your company, like you're just a good trainee, good idol, you bring in a lot of fans and stuff, they will turn a blind eye to this kind of stuff. It's happened a lot in like previous scandals. And, like, you know, it only becomes a scandal when Dispatch finds out, when, like, the press finds out. But yeah. Yeah, if you don't cause trouble for 3 years, you're allowed to you're allowed to get away with a lot of things. What about fan interaction? Fan interaction obviously is different. But most fans don't even know you exist until your debut, unless there's like a pre-debut project. But yeah, no phones during the day. You were only allowed to use your phone, if you were allowed a phone at all, in your dorms at night. So like the period between after you finish your last training and before your scheduled gym session is the only time you're allowed to use your phone. And in my experience, my company was a little more lax with this. They didn't check our phones, but they can. Like, it's legal for them to check your phones whenever they want without, like, cause. So if you're, like, caught texting a boy or something, like, that can be seen as a serious... Even if it's your brother, that can be seen as a serious infraction. If you're reading AO3, yeah. A lot of trainees aren't allowed phones even after they debut. So there's like another unspoken rule or like milestone. Like after you get your first win on a music show, then you'll be allowed a phone. But most trainees and most idols are not allowed their phones during the day, if at all. Yeah, not even family. Like you can, of course, you can call like. You have to give your family's contact to the company when you sign. So that is like one of the only whitelisted numbers you can call or text. And if they find anything else, like they can write you up for it. What are the odds of getting first? Yeah, that's the thing. Like most groups don't even get their first win for their entire contract. Like you've seen like Brave Girls, they only got their first win literally after 7 years before they were about to disband. 3 strikes and you're out. It depends. Like some companies will just cut you from the first strike. Some companies will like, you know, keep letting things slide or like build up your credit or stuff like that. But yeah. And because no phones, no social media presence is allowed, so you can't have like a public Instagram or Twitter or whatever. Like obviously this is just to make sure like no one knows who, like it's kind of like, you know, protecting your privacy before you debut, so no one finds like any information on you before your debut or things like that. It's more like it's kind of like enlistment. That's why we call these like slave contracts. Yeah, OPSEC protection, but like to the max. And some trainees are allowed social media, but like it's heavily monitored by management. Like all the posts that you make are by management and things like that. Yeah, and no interaction with the opposite sex. Yeah, even within the same company, you're not allowed to interact with the male trainees or female trainees on the flip side. You sometimes, like, depending on the rules of the company, you're not even allowed to interact with like staff of the opposite sex. Which is honestly kind of a good thing these days, because there have been too many horror stories about management taking advantage of like all these underage kids, right? So that's been the thing lately. Like, you know, female managers for female idols, male managers for male idols, things like that. No eating outside of scheduled meal times. Not like you have a chance to eat or you have time to eat anyways, but... Hime, thank you.
NGL, this sounds horrible. Embarrassed smile.
Yeah, it's like
prison.
What would you give up for your dream, right? What would you do for your dream? Are they underage? I thought trainees usually come into the company at 12, 13. There have been some as young as 8. I know Twice's 𝐃𝐨𝐬𝐚 started training when she was 8. Some can go in a bit older, like 16, 17, but you don't usually take trainees over the age of 18. But yeah, no eating outside scheduled meal times. Snacking especially was forbidden, because the diet restrictions within the company, they are very strict and they can be enforced. And you can, like, you know, you can lose your trainee status if you are caught snacking. But of course that didn't stop us from doing it anyways. Like a bunch of us, we had a deal back in the day when I was living in the dorms. We had a deal with one of the other trainees who was a part-time. So she would go to school and then come in the afternoon to train. Compared to us who were like stuck in the building all day. We would like have a deal with her that she would like sneak us snacks into our dorm, and then like we eat them. We have to like stay up kind of late to eat them because like the security comes and checks on us at around like 2 a.m. or so. So we usually stay up until then, and then like yeah, it's literally smuggling in snacks. Snack hustling must be, it really is. Yeah, like she would hide them in like her jacket sleeves, her boots. She would like unwrap them because like say it was like a chocolate bar. If you get a chocolate bar, you can hear the crinkling, right? The crinkling of the package. She would unwrap them and then like wrap them in cling film so that they wouldn't make the crinkling noise. And then she would like stuff them in her jacket sleeves or her like pant sleeves. Yeah, it was crazy. Did staff ever go? Staff does go through our belongings sometimes. That's why we have to be like really diligent on it, and like we have to eat it immediately, otherwise they'll find it. Yeah, secret spy stuff. But other than that, there's also like no smoking, like usual things like, you know, just don't break the law. We had to stay in the dorms by a set curfew, although it's not like we had time to go out anyways. It's just like, you know, a rule that's meant to be rule. Like most of the time, we would not leave the building for like weeks on end. Unless we had to go to like a meeting outside, or unless we had to go to the salon, because like we can't like wear what we want or like do our hair as we want. Everything is controlled by the company. So you're not allowed to like cut your hair without their permission or like dye your hair without their permission. But we wouldn't leave the building for like we would literally just stay in there for like weeks or months on end. And you must always be in contact with and available to management, even if they decide to call you or like barge into your dorm at 4 a.m. You have to be available. Sometimes you know they'll call like emergency meetings because like we need to cut people, or they'll Because they know people snack. They know people like eat more than they should. So sometimes they'll like do like surprise weigh-ins where like they wake everyone up at 4 a.m. and then get you to like check our weight and stuff. Yeah, and if we don't comply, then like, you know, yeah, things will be bad. Even in the bathroom, like, yeah, even if you're taking a shit and your manager comes knocking on the door, you gotta wipe immediately and go out. And must follow a strict diet. What entails a strict diet, though? Let me give you some examples. So everybody, regardless of whether you are like naturally born thin or you're already like looking like a top model, everybody is giving dieting instructions.
What are you gonna do? The independent K-pop idol. Start
In
your
the
own
okay,
league.
that's like impossible.
Black chocolate. To heck with the managers. Make more money. Dollar bills.
Dollar
face.
bills. So true. But yeah, everybody has to diet. Even if you already like a supermodel, you can do more. You can be thinner. And you are usually you are weighed per week at your first gym session of the week. So like you go in the morning, you get weighed, and then like, you know, staff takes a note of it, and based on your weight, you are sorted into different classes. So let's call them like A, B, C, D. If you're sorted into class A, that means like, you know, you're already pretty top shape, but you can do more. And then like if you're in D, that means like that's basically the company calling you a fat ass. Okay. Also, aim 45 kg. It's usually dependent on like, you know, the age and the like height of each trainee, but it's pretty tough. What class? I'm not telling you what class I'm in. Fuck off. I am not exposing myself like that. I don't want to give myself body dysmorphia again. Haha. I want to give myself an eating disorder again. But basically, if you don't meet your goal weight for the week, which is like, you know, a projected goal that they update every week, then you get sorted into a different class, and then you get extra training sessions. So imagine if you were sorted into class D, and we had to schedule from earlier, right? We had to schedule from earlier. Practice usually would end at around 12 or 1 a.m. for you know, class A, B, but then C and D would have to stay until 2 a.m. And then they have to go back after that. So you can imagine like how difficult it would be to do that stuff. And they also give you different meal plans, and they give you different like training times and like meal times. And then it's even like some companies, I'm not gonna say if my company did that or not, but you get different privileges if you're in different classes. Like the class A trainees would get like, you know, first allocation shower time, first allocation this thing, that thing. Do you know what specifically they fed you? From what I saw, most of us were given rice and vegetables and different kinds of meat. So it wasn't like, you know, bare bones. But if you were like in one of the lower classes, then you would be given just a smaller portion of everything. And if you were like really like, if you were in the class D, then they wouldn't give you the rice, they would just give you the vegetables and like one of those what do you call them, energy drinks, like energy drinks and energy bars. So yeah, and the meat is like, you know, just like the most plain, like chicken breast boiled in water kind of meat, you know. Like they just give you enough to make sure that, you know, you don't starve. But most of us starved anyways. Like we often skipped lunch, and only ate dinner. And even when we ate dinner, it would be like, are we back? Are we back? Hello? OBS died for a second there. But, anyways, most of us would just eat really quickly. And then we would just go back to training, like, because the practice room is still open during meal times. So if we wanted, we could go there. And most of us would just like go there and hang out, practice a bit more, like maybe do some like do some dances that we wouldn't usually be able to do, like just dance for fun on our own. All me British cooking. it's basically British cooking, yeah. I remember a lot of us, especially when it gets close to the end of the week, we would just not eat. Like, we would not eat over the weekend. And we just drink water and have konjac jelly, because konjac jelly, it's like, you know those like packs of jelly that you see? It expands in your stomach and it can kind of like keep you feeling full even if you're not. Yeah, so you can be lower during the weigh-in, and then like on Monday after the weigh-in is when we would all like, you know, snack and shit.
Sounds like some Kim Jong-un.
Okay, wrong Korea. But yeah, and it was tough. It definitely gave me a lot of body image issues, and to this day, it still impacts the way I eat. Because it's kind of hard to grow out of. Pain Peckle, yeah. It sounds like boot camp. It is kind of like a boot camp. It's just boot camp to be training to become an idol, you know? And yeah, like these days I tend to eat very, very fast. Like, I scarf down my food very fast because that was what I was used to. We would have to eat quicker, so we could get back to training, and it stuck with me to this day. Yeah, it really does get ingrained in it.
Some Kim Jong-𝐤
and you know, it's very normalized there as well. Like, the management will actively shame you if you weigh more than you did last week, or like if you eat for longer than all the other trainees. Like, they will talk to you about it. And the other trainees will also like talk shit about you behind your back if you eat more. Like, it's just a whole cycle, you know? Like, it kind of becomes like a catty high school girl things. And like, you get judged by the other trainees if you eat, like, if you spend too much time eating, or if you eat too much. Yeah. Also, welcome membership. Yeah. So like, a lot of people were like, if they saw you eating for more than once a day, then they would like, you know, talk shit about you behind your back, or like sometimes even to your face. You know, like, bullying within the company is not as uncommon as you think. Like, not eating would be seen as like a bragging right. Like, you would be like, oh my god, I didn't eat for 3 days, and then like the other trainers would be like, wow, you're so strong for that. I wish I could be like that. Like, it would become like a bragging right. Yeah, it's just a cultural difference. But bullying is pretty ingrained there, like conformity. Stories I hear about idol sneak. Yeah, a lot of people did that. For us, it was kind of hard because like, you have to go through the lobby of the company building in order to get out. So like, the dorms are connected throughout the lobby. You're like, thank you.
After all that, do you think being an idol is worth it?
That's the thing, right? What I said here. It's the last slide, but is it worth it? I don't know, because let's delve into the slave contracts that I mentioned earlier, okay? Slave contracts, or also known as 𝐒𝐨𝐬𝐚𝐥 𝐌𝐞𝐝𝐢𝐚, is basically just like the nickname of what we call like the the artist contracts, like the K-pop contracts. Because when you enter the company, they give you the contract and you sign a trainee contract, and usually like they last for a year. I think the longest like, a trainee contract can go for is like 3 years, and then you choose whether to renew it or not. But usually it's like, you know, it can go from 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, etc. And you renew this until you debut, which then you sign an artist contract, which is different from the trainee contract. Because after debut, the artist contract, it lasts for a maximum of 7 years. It's usually 7 years. Like, that's why people joke about the 7-year curse. Because you see a lot of groups disbanding after 7 years when their contracts are up. And after you sign this, it's non-negotiable for the rest of the contract. So you have to live out your 7 years, depending on like how you sign the contract. Like, you better read that shit carefully. And I mentioned earlier, but training period is free. It's free of cost, but they keep a tab of this, of all the costs that you incur during your training period. So like the lessons, the wardrobe or like salon costs, the living costs, the dorm fees, the food, like cafeteria fees, and that becomes your trainee debt, which you will work towards paying off after you debut. So any money that you make after you debut from like performances, singing, promotions, sponsorships, it all goes towards repaying this debt. So a lot of idols don't see any of their profits until like a couple years later. Yeah, it's like quote unquote free. And there's often a lot of like clauses as well, like for your promotions. Let's say you debut as an idol and the company spends $100,000 on your first comeback. They spend $100,000 and the company will only cover half of that usually. Like depending on like what company you get into, they cover anywhere from 50% to usually like 80%. I've never seen anyone cover 100%. But they will cover that, and then the rest of the costs from those promotions gets added to your trainee debt. So in order to make money to pay off your debts, you're going into even more debt. Do they cover as low as a quarter? I think most big companies do at least 70%. But a lot of stuff. So like, say the songwriters, the producers, the choreographers, all of that goes into your like promotional fees, like your promotional costs, right? That is then split between you and the company, so the company never pays 100% of it. So it's like you're adding even more and some of them, especially in like smaller companies, they prey on the fact that you don't notice, that you don't realize that the more you do promotions, the more in debts you go into, because mathematically speaking, you have to keep doing promotions to earn money, but half of that money being spent on it is going into your debt, and 100% of your revenue earned from that is also going into your debt. So you're just getting yourself into more and more debt, and a lot of people don't recognize that. Also, thank you for the debt payment funds. For me, I have already paid back my trainee debt because I was only in there for a little under a year.
Sounds like a good time.
Thank you, Mike Tyson. What happens if you don't pay? Well, the thing is, because K-pop industry, like the industry is so well connected, it can affect like things like your credit score, your what else, like things like that. It can go into your like personal life, and like I don't know if people actually send like loan sharks to go chase you down for this shit. But how'd you get up before a year was up? Because my program was different. It was a 3-month contract under the overseas one, where I went and became a full-time trainee, and then I was a part-time trainee for 6 months after that. And after my contract ended, I needed to focus on school, so I was like, okay, you know what? Fuck it, this is not feasible. I didn't even think it was like feasible in the first place. Like I honestly went into it just looking for the experience and for like, you know, the lessons and things like that. Like I did not think I would debut eventually. Yeah, and then I kept going to school throughout my part-time trainee period, but then like, you know, it was around the last few years. It was like the last year of high school, so I had to study a lot, and I was like, yeah, nah. These corporations that have yeah, because everybody knows everybody behind the scenes. It's kind of like in the VTubing industry as well. Everyone knows everyone. We're all interconnected one way or another. Some more than most, but in the K-pop industry, they have connections to like government officials, to like financial investors, things like that, and they can really ruin your life if they wanted to. Nepotism, hey, yeah, there is a lot of nepotism in the K-pop industry. You'll see like some CEOs like will favor certain trainees, or like allow certain trainees that might be like, you know, family friends or whatever to pass the to pass the audition and debut and stuff like that. Yeah, just a lot of nepotism in general. But after all that though, is it worth it? Because if you think about it, the K-pop scene these days has grown to such a large scale. Like, it's a huge scale now. You're seeing like K-pop groups everywhere in the West even.
Jesus Christ, these corporations are that powerful. And
Sunny is like, yeah, she's literally 𝐒𝐸man's niece. So yeah. I used to work in music industry in Korea. I heard from my coworkers in Idol now. Some contracts contain the management can have to. Yes, that is true. I think I can say this. Okay, I'll say it in a roundabout way. A friend of mine that I knew, wink, wink, wink. A friend of mine that I knew here
industry in Korea
got double eyelid surgery as advised by the company and was paid for by the company.
Plastic surgery for more value.
Yeah, a friend of mine got double eyelid surgery. Actually, pretty much, her entire class did. Yeah, that one's one of the more common ones, but a lot of other things people usually do are like, you know, like a nose job, a jaw lift, things like that. I'm sure, yeah. And of course, that friend of mine clearly had to pay off the money for the surgery that she didn't even ask for. Yeah, hope she's doing. Yeah, I heard she became a VTuber or something.
K-pop, no, it's poop in the
K-poop.
of the internet.
Plastic surgery is super common. It is. You know, Korea is known as the plastic surgery hub of the world. That's why a lot of trainees look different. Like, if you compare their like pre-debut photos to their debut, like to their like actual idol photos, you can see like a big difference. And a lot of it is plastic surgery that's like not only encouraged but like ordered by the company. But if you like look at it from the perspective of like how the industry has grown since, maybe back then, like 10 years ago, it wouldn't have been worth it. A lot of idols would have said like it's not worth it. But like if you look at it now, all the opportunities that it spanned, like we have Blackpink at Coachella, and like, you know, BTS on Saturday Night Live, things like that. the scale of this industry has grown to such an exponential, like it's grown so exponentially in such a short amount of time that it's opened up a lot of opportunities. So even if you're going under training and you debut as an idol and you figure out, hey, maybe it's not the right path for me, after you end your contract, you're already like a known face. You can do pretty much anything you want. Like, it's just personal branding at this point. You like a lot of idols become actors or like soloists after they get out of their idol group. And yeah, there's definitely, it opens a lot of opportunities in different markets as well, such as the Japan or China markets, the Western markets, even in like other Asian countries. Like for example, there's Lay from 𝐒𝐿𝐴, who after he left 𝐒𝐿𝐴, he became one of the biggest well-known names in China, Zhang Yixing. And sounds like college. I guess so, yeah. And there's also a lot of like ex-K-pop artists that became actors that have made it into Hollywood. Now tell us about your cute idol outfits. Okay, when you think of idol outfits, it's very different from like a Japanese idol compared to a Korean idol. Like Korean idols are like usually like really flashy and like, you know, kind of wacky sometimes. Waiting for ex-K-pop idols. You know, I do know a bunch of my old friends from back in the days who have also become VTubers. Like there's like 2 or 3 of them that I don't keep in contact with, like not close contact, but like I know of them, and like they've become live streamers. A lot of ex-K-pop idols become like flesh streamers. They call them BJs. It sounds weird. I promise it's say-so. BJs or broadcast jockeys, where like they literally it's just like, you know, a flesh streamer, right? I shit you not, they call them BJs. for yeah, like Africa, yeah. Broadcast jockeys, and more often than not, they're usually the type that, like, you know, like booby streamers. But I do know a couple that have become VTubers, and they're doing okay on Twitch and on Bilibili, you know. Yeah, the cleavage streamers. That's crazy. But yeah. The flat ones become VTubers, like, shut up! Should be SJ. I don't know why they call them broadcast jockeys, like just BJs. Like yeah. And I've seen VTubing, like VTubing as a market in Korea is a very, very niche one. You have to be a very specific type of streamer. Almost idol adjacent, or like, you know, flesh tuber adjacent to make it in Korea, because there are apparently like some of the top watched streamers across the world are VTubers that appeal to the Korean market. And it's really different from how, like, for example, how 𝐸𝐴N VTubing culture is like because over there they are dedicated, and they are yeah. So yeah, that was some insight into what it's like being a K-pop trainee. I'm gonna open a Q&A section. Oh my god, fucking opera. Shut up! Opera jump scare. Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna open a Q&A real quick so I can answer some of your questions. Absolutely killed my brain. Okay, let's see. What is that melody? Okay, ask me anything about my experience. Yippee! Okay. Yeah, feel free to ask me anything, and I will answer it within reasonable discretion, aka not breaking my NDA. Did you have fun? sometimes, like 60% of the time, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the dance lessons, the singing lessons. I enjoyed like taking what I thought was a hobby seriously and improving myself and my skills. Are you okay? Why do you think I'm here? Why do you think I'm here now? How did you leave? I left when my contract was up. I just basically did not renew it. Did you meet any famous idols? I met... Okay, I won't say how I met them or like why I got the chance to meet them, but I got to meet I think 3 of the 𝐒𝐨𝐚𝐥 members, Cosmic Girls. I got to meet Mimi from Oh My Girl. Who is honestly one of my... Oh My Girl is one of my favorite groups. Yeah, 𝐒𝐨𝐚𝐥. I got to meet, I think, one of the actresses from Goblin. I'm sorry, I don't know actresses or like actors. I don't remember the name, but they came in to give like a talk or like a, you know, a... How you say, like a talk or a lesson one time about like PR and stuff. Okay, but yeah, honestly pretty cool. And a lot of the people I trained with, they ended up going somewhere after anyways. Like they went to another company, debuted in another group or things like that. But a lot of I will just say this. There are a lot of people that I have surprising connections to, even if I don't like talk to them now. Like there are a lot of people that I've met that I would have honestly never thought would happen. Have you recovered from your time as a trainee? Depends what you think of as recovery, right? Because like I am still affected by some of the bad habits I picked up during then, but I also learned a lot, and I've grown a lot as a person after that. So yeah. Has there ever been an instance where someone did badly on purpose to get out? Not in my company, but I can only imagine in others. There probably was, yeah. I wouldn't put it past them. Like there were a bunch of people who acted out to get more attention sometimes. Like they would like throw tantrums to get, and then management would have to like calm them down. It was kind of funny. Did you guys have input on future group name or content? Nope. Everything is decided by the higher ups. We didn't even have a group concept, or like we weren't given the promise of a group when we were training. Like obviously like we were aiming towards debut, but like they didn't tell us any, like they didn't say like, oh, there's gonna be X amount of people, or you guys are gonna have to do this kind of song. So things like that. Are you still in contact with any of your trainee friends? Not close contact, but like maybe every time I see them posting updates on Instagram or on like WeChat, Katok, then like, you know, I'll leave a like or something. Some of them are like hard to get into contact with because they have to be like, you know, off the grid. Like I said, the no social media, no phones kind of thing. But some of the ones that also left and became streamers, yeah, like I haven't told them about like me becoming a streamer either, but yeah, like I know of them. How much bullying goes on in the background? A lot. And it's not even just like within the trainees, it's a lot of power harassment as well. Like the managers can and will talk down to you for like not doing well enough, or like not responding politely enough, or things like that. Like they will rag on you for random shit. It's very toxic. Power harassment. Were there creepy people? Creepy people as in like you know, like pervs, like, or like management trying to get like into someone's pants. Not in my company. I will say that like despite all the flaws, my company protected minors pretty well. We mostly had female managers. Of course there's like some higher ups that can't be replaced, but like we mostly had and were mostly in contact with female managers. So yeah, that was good. This gave you your mental illness. No, I had my mental illness like way before this, but like, I'm surprised I came out of it so resilient. Like, I'm surprised I haven't gone insane. I know a lot of people, like, some of the other members, they had to be hospitalized after a period of training because, like, it just took too much of a toll on them. Were there therapists? No. There were, like, there was, like, a nurse on site, like, if you fainted or, like, twisted your leg or something, and there was, like, a nurse. But other than that, like, you're on your own. Let's see. How did it compare to being locked in Sakana's dungeon pre-debut? Well, okay, Sakana's dungeon was definitely a lot more lax, okay? All we were doing there were, like, streaming movies together, watching movies. Definitely a similar experience, though, like... Things like that, yeah. With what you know now, do you think you'll continue being a trainee? No, absolutely not. I don't think... One, I don't think I have the skills to make it in today's industry where everybody is talented. Everybody is talented with beyond reason. And in order to be at the very top, you gotta pull some superhuman shit. Yeah, but I'm glad I can put my skills from then to use now. And I'm glad that, like, you know, this industry, like VTubing industry as a whole, is also growing exponentially. So who knows? Maybe we'll have the same amount of reach as K-pop someday. Which position in a K-pop group would you want from least to most wanted position? For me, because they don't train us based on position. They train you to become an all-rounder. So you need to be able to do everything: singing, dancing, rapping, talking, things like that. But me personally, my skill back then was in dance. I didn't have much confidence in my singing back then, but I was like most confident in dancing. So that's where I put most of my, like, that's where I showed off the most, basically.
Sakana will ever host virtual concerts where all members are able to perform
I hope so. I hope so. That's something I would love, like, you know, watching other companies have, like, live concerts where all the members can perform together. That's one of my dreams, and it's one of the reasons why I decided to join Face Connect in the first place, to be able to experience something like that. That's where I dumped all the skill points. Yeah. Like, because they do an evaluation every month, and based on the evaluation, like, you're basically, like, you know, not only given weight class, but also given, like, a score on how you're performing in singing, dancing, rapping, Korean, PR skills, things like that. So I would put everything into my dance evaluation and hope that it would, like, pull things up, because back then the rap lessons were so funny. Like, they really tried to teach us how to rap, and I was not good at it. Of course, like, after training, like, you know, you get the hang of it. But, like, when I first started, I was dog shit. I was not cooking. Can we get a Hime rap? Okay, wait. I'll give you a rap that that I practiced a lot back in the day. Let me get my sunglasses on. Where's my Hime baby? Lil Hime. Yeah. Yeah, Lil Hime. What? Yeah, this was one. Hold on. This was one of the songs that I practiced a lot. Girl group, yeah. What was it? God, this is so cringe. This is so cringe. Let me drop the elevator music. What was it? Hey, you ready for this? Let's go. See, 언제나 DJ or what was it? Let me look up the lyrics. I forgot. See, 언제든지 내 모습 magic 다는 버리 내게 잡아줘야 돼 기죽지 않지 펴봐 네가 뭐 알아 그래서 어서 원해도 오늘 그래버려 I'm trouble and you want it yeah I'm so cold when I move that way you gon' be so blown I'm the realest in the game That was cringe, but yeah. Oh God. On God, no cap, for real, straight fire. We getting out of Korea with this one. But yeah, about the positions, I think at this time, I think I want to go for the main singer, main vocal, main vocal or main dancer would be good. I still have no confidence in my rap, so which K-pop concepts do you like the most for girl groups? Shoot me, but I like cute concepts, okay? I like cute concepts. Things like Oh My Girl, Lovelies. I love that shit. I will eat that shit up. It's so it's just so serotonin inducing. People say it's cringe, but like I love them. I love Lovelies and things like that. Yeah, A-Pink. I loved A-Pink. What was it? Mr. Chill, Eve say it. Debut girl. Yeah, G-Friend was good too. I also do like the pure, innocent G-Friend concept. That like, for example, Rough. Rough was one of the songs that we practiced a lot as well, and Me Gustas too. Cute is justice. Yeah. What was worse, Idol Camp or the Sakana Minecraft mines? Okay, the Minecraft mines aren't as bad, but the factorial phase that he had everyone try and get into, that sucked. I like anything to taste. Did you have any doubts while in? Like, what the hell did I get myself into? The thing is, like, I already knew what I was getting myself into for the most part because I had like friends, like sonbes, that got into companies and like, you know, like encouraged me to audition and things like that. I will say a lot of the things like just how strict they were with the diets. I didn't know that they were gonna weigh us every week and in front of everyone as well. Like it literally feels like some Judge Judy shit. Like you step on the podium, you step on the scale, and then like they weigh you, and then they announce your score. Like they announce your weight to the whole class. Like it's like some fucking yeah, literal public shaming. That really fucked me up. It was brutal, I will say. What else did I say? And then someone asked regrets. I do regret. I think I do regret not staying in Korea for longer, even though it was a horrible experience all in all. But like I learned so much during that time. A lot of the like dancing skills and singing skills that I got was mostly from those times, and I regret not taking advantage of it more before leaving. But you know, that's what we're here for now, aren't we? We're here to keep improving now. Yeah, now I dance as Hime Baby. He was New Jeans. Okay, no, I wasn't like with that generation. I think if I was training, I would have debuted probably. I probably would have debuted in like 2025. Just by seeing like how things are going with the current company, like how the company is currently doing. So it would have been a long time after, yeah. Yeah, because most trainees in my company were there for at least 6 to 8 years before they were deemed ready. Is your company? It is still alive. It is still alive. Okay. I have a question. Why are you so cute? I was born this way. Did you take naps during the day? Some of us would like doze off in our lessons. Like we doze off in like Korean lessons or English lessons, but other than that, there's no time to nap. Or like we would nap. We would eat our lunch really quick, or like use that time to nap instead. Like eat our dinner and then like take a short nap. But yeah, new Hime. So how does the company profit if the trainees take that time to fully train them? Hiring cheap labor, taking all profits from debut groups, from promotions, everything, and investors. Mainly those three things. Let's see. Did you experience anything you would consider abuse? Not physically, but definitely like the mental was hard. There was a clique in our dorm that basically like made it their life mission to make everyone's life suck. Like try to like they ratted on some of us for like smuggling snacks in, even though they were also like eating the snacks. And there were a bunch of people who got into a fight with them, and they basically, you know, like played the victim, and then like management let them off because they were in a higher class. Yeah, the mean girls. Did the bully clique debut? I don't know, actually. I don't think they've debuted yet. I don't even know if they're still in the company. I haven't heard from them in years, but yeah. Let's see. Were there any people with surprising past you met while training? There are a lot of talented people in there. Like I met someone who was like a world prodigy at violin. Like they've been broadcasted all over TV as a kid. They were like the child prodigy at violin or something. And then there was another who was like gymnastics, like Olympic gymnast, not Olympic, like national gymnast, professional winner, whatever thing. Like there's a lot of crazy people in there. With like crazy achievements and stuff. And I'm just like, but I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little guy. Yeah. How'd they handle being sick? Were they strict enough to force work practice? Okay, basically, the unspoken rule is if you're not on your deathbed, then you can practice. Like if you sprained your ankle, then obviously you have to sit out. But if you say like say you had like a flu or like a cough, you would still have to go to practice until you were like literally like 38-degree fever, thing like that, something like that. Well, they infect the other talents, just wear a mask, bro. Just wear a mask. Like I remember getting sick there, and I had to wear a mask during my dance training, and like imagine like having to like exert yourself and then breathe through the mask.
It takes 6 to 8 years to get PhD.
Right? It's literally like a doctor's degree. Yeah. And, you know, things like Tommy Hort, basically non-existent. Even if you have like appendicitis, unless you were like diagnosed by a doctor or like something professional, even if you were like bleeding internally, unless it was diagnosed or like, you know, like to the point where you collapse, then you would still have to train. Tommy Hort Survivor, yeah. How long is my NDA in effect for? That's the thing, I can't say. But even if it does run out and I do talk about it, I'm pretty sure that, like, that could still impact me in one way or another. So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Like, I didn't even experience anything that bad. So there's no reason for me to, you know, get put on a hit list. Do you ever regret not doubling down committing? No, I don't regret dropping out because I knew it wasn't for me. I was only there for the experience and to learn. And maybe, like, in my delusional thoughts, I imagine myself debuting someday, like, maybe. But, like, realistically, I did not think it was gonna happen. And, well, now that the different opportunity has opened itself up to the world, like the VTubing industry, I am going to take advantage of everything that I've learned and use that to the best of my ability to get myself as far as I can. When you stopped being a trainee, how hard did you deflate after returning to a normal life? That's the thing, like, I couldn't really return to a normal life because I had my finals. I had my high school final exams that I had to prepare for, so I basically just threw myself into studying after like stopping all my training. When will FaZe create an idol album? Soon. I didn't say anything, but just so you know, like, Sakana's idol dreams, they will amount to something eventually. What was your favorite snack to sneak in? I really liked, it's like, imagine Pocky, but there's nuts and more chocolate encrusted around the stick. It's called Pepero. And it's basically Pocky, but, like, thicker. And because those were easy to smuggle in, since, like, all you would have to do is, like, take it out of the package and wrap it in some tissue or something. Yeah, Pepero was good. It was great. That's why you're not Korean skill. Like, my Korean isn't that good. I will admit. I do want to improve it. But I want to work on other things first. Did you get to meet Sai? No, I did not get to meet Sai, unfortunately. If I did, I think I could just die happy. I want to ask, are K-pop survival shows similar to the trainee phase, or is it all overly dramatized? Let me tell you about my experience with that. So, K-pop survival shows, especially like the produced series that you see, all of it, 98% of it is scripted, and they tell you what to say. Like, even in the interviews and stuff like that, they tell you what to say. The song, like, you know, there's like a part where you get to choose, like, let's say, like, you get to choose which song you're gonna do for like this thing. They tell you in advance which songs to choose. They tell you in advance, like, where to go, what kind of image to portray, and if you don't do it, then they'll evil edit it and, like, spin it to make it look like their narrative. Like, the songs that you do on your evaluation are all, like, predetermined by the broadcasting show. Like, they assign you a song to perform on your initial evaluation. I know this because I was not in a survival show, but a few of my close friends from trainee days made it onto Produce 48 and Girls Planet 999, which are two of the Mnet survival shows that a lot of people watch. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot from that. Like, when those shows were airing, I auditioned for Produce 48, but I didn't get in. But some of my other trainee friends got in, and yeah. The things I hear from the survival shows are crazy. They've gotten better. Before, they used to be a lot more strict. Like, the filming days would last for like 30 hours, 40 hours, and you weren't allowed to, like, go to sleep or anything. Yeah, 16 so much. Oh man. But yeah. Okay, let's see. Was VTubing your first option after retiring from K-pop? No, VTubing was actually like it wasn't a downgrade or anything, or it wasn't like a second choice. It was something I actively chose to get into because I watched a lot of VTubers in my own time. I watched a lot of 𝐒𝐨𝐧𝐚𝐥 and Hololive JPs, and because of that, I wanted to get into it. Like this was in like 2019, when I first encountered VTubers. Except for 𝐃𝐨𝐧𝐚𝐥 𝐶𝐶 was like, you know, I honestly saw her as just like Hatsune Miku kind of thing. But yeah, I just like VTubers, and I thought like I didn't know if I had the personality to become a streamer. But I decided to give it a shot anyways, and you know, this led to that, and now I'm here. So yeah. Let's see. How old you gotta be in the idol group? That's the thing, like, rather than how old you have to be in an idol group, it's like how do I say this? If you're past a certain age, then you have no chance of debuting. Because people usually will debut groups with members like around 15, 16. That's like the general age.
This path eventually lead to you finding us.
Yeah, and I'm here. But like usually it's like the younger the better, yeah. So a lot of groups you'll see nowadays, like the average age is like 14 or 15. And like if you're over 18, your chances slim by a lot. They don't even take trainees usually over the age of 19 in Korea. So it's crazy. Because think about it, you have to be in this group for like 7 years, right? So if you get in when you're 20, by the time your contract ends, you'll be 27, and that is like considered like ancient in Korea. Like in the Korean idol industry, you are a hag. You are beyond a hag. You are a corpse. You are the bones left over by the hag. I'm 20. Like usually when idol groups disband, members will then go on to do their solo activities or like things like that, and you would want to be around 23, 24. So like 23-ish minus 7. That's usually the time where like you would want to debut or things like that. Yeah, and also there's the thing of male idols. Like all men in Korea, except for like some special exemptions, have to serve in the army for at least 1 to 2 years. So most idol groups will want to have them, you know, finish their promotions before going to the military. Yeah. Hags make the best content. Real. How good is your Korean? My Korean is at the point where when I speak Korean to my relatives, they will tell me to speak in English or in Chinese instead. It's like if you dumped me in Korea, like if you dropped me off in the city and told me to find my way back, or like live there for like a while, I would be able to survive, but like I would still struggle a lot. I'm still a babu, okay? 아기잖아. 아기잖아. 반가워요, 힘에 반가워요. 반가워. You can make it in the city. Yeah, countryside, all the 아줌마s. 하김, 으이. Let's see. What language do you communicate with your fellow trainees in? A lot of the trainees in my cohort, or like in my dorm, were like the overseas ones. So we had Chinese trainees. We had people from China. We had Japanese people. We had Thai people. Usually we would all use English or like bare bones Korean. But we tried, you know, because we came to Korea, right? So we tried to use it as much as we could. Yeah. let's see. What is the competition rate of getting into an idol group like Blackpink or BTS? See, those are like the big groups from... okay, let's just say Blackpink, right? They have 4 members. And they all started training around like 2000... I don't know, like 2011, 12? So... usually in a class, you would have around 30 trainees. And every few months or so, like, there will be new trainees added to the pool. Usually around like 10. They come in like batches of 10 or so. And like people will come and go. Imagine like all these people cycling in and out. And like having to stay and persevere just for like those 4 spots. That is like a minuscule chance. It's brutal, yeah. Like even if like you manage to make it to the end, there's still no guarantee that like you're gonna do well after debut. Even like unless you're in a big 3 company or like big 4 company, but there is no guarantee that like you're going to do well, or like your company's not gonna go under all of a sudden. So it's really brutal. Yeah, successful girl groups are the exception, not the standard. Let's see. Are you allowed to give hints on the stream? No. I'm not gonna do that to them. Let's see. Favorite dance you learned from those days? There is a routine that I really enjoy doing. It was like because we don't only just learn songs from like girl groups. There's also like, you know, just like original choreographies. We need to know how to like freestyle, how to do like different genres. So we'd have like dance instructors coming in. There's one routine to a specific song that I really liked. Maybe I'll show it to you guys eventually if I get my full 3D. Should Fishman get more X trainees to make his dream come true? I mean, X trainees have like that advantage of being like, you know, more skilled than the regular VTuber streamer, whatever, right? But that's the thing, like the overlap between K-pop trainees, like that actually train, not just K-pop fans. The overlap between like X-trainees who actually trained and like people wanting to get into VTubing is not as big as you think it'd be. So yeah, I mean like if I know some other streamers like in other corpos or like indies that also had trainee experience. But it definitely is very rare to see. Yeah, it's another difficult industry, and like if someone's already been through the ringer once, they're gonna think like, do I really want to go through this again? X-trainee tubas are very rare. I've only encountered like 3 or 4 that I didn't previously know before, but like after talking to them, I was like, oh my god, wait, we went through the same thing. Did you become a choreographer after your time as a trainee? No, I didn't, but I did join a dance studio. I did go to a dance studio regularly, and you know, just dance for fun, not for anything else. I did choreograph a lot of like things for high school, like performances, things like that, and I drew from my experience there to kind of help me with that. See you at Coachella. Ayo, Face Connect at Coachella. Ayo. Who in Face Connect do you think could survive K-pop training? Okay, if I had to nominate one person, if I had to say one person, I would pick Lumi. Because I think Lumi is strong enough and like fit enough to withstand something like that. Yeah. That's the thing, right? Because you would think like, oh, you just need to work hard and stuff, but physical ability is a lot. It makes up a lot of it. Because you have to be able to sing and dance at the same time, and like pull off some pretty insane shit. And I know Lumi, I think Lumi can dance. And she does work out, so yeah, I think she would probably make it. out of everyone in Face Connect. Yeah, mental fortitude as well. Let's see. Was any dance lessons traditional ballroom / swing, or is it more ballet and it's more hip hop, jazz funk than classical dance, but some of us who were like, how do I say this? Some of us who were more flexible or had previous experience in like dance like jazz or ballet, we were given the option. We were given the option to do that as well, because it is a good skill to have. A lot of the core techniques in jazz, contempt, ballet are very useful to have. I remember this arc. Oh my god. Hi, DK. Hello. But yeah, let's see. I did take like it's not exactly swing, it's like pair dance. I did take a pair dance course before outside of these kinds of training, because I thought it was really cool. You know what I really like watching actually? Is it East Coast or West Coast? Like East Coast swing? West Coast swing? I don't know. It's really addicting to watch, especially when they're freestyling and they just like their compatibility is so cool. It's really cool to watch. Pair dance. Yeah. Things like tango or like flapper dance. It's, yeah. We never did any of that. Anyways, let's see. Sorry, this is cover I just got here, but were you dead set on a dream or had a cold calculation on I have these skills that I really like, I might as well put it to use? That was, yeah, more of the second one. I did not think I was going to debut because I genuinely don't think I would have been able to make it. Even after I debut, like I would not have been able to withstand it. So my mindset going into it was just that I'm going to come here to learn and to put the skills that I have to the test. And if things work out, great. If things don't work out, I will leave with more knowledge than I came in the first place, and I will leave a more improved person. Yeah, and it was good networking, I guess. But back then, I wasn't really concerned about networking. I just wanted to like, I just wanted to improve. Hey, fuck you, Hime. Factorio is good. Okay, nerd. Girl boss your way to debut. Yeah. Is there a penalty for being too thin, or do they not care? The thing is, you can't get too quote unquote thin. Like the kind of image that you have of people that are too thin are usually like anorexic or like super skinny, right? But with the amount of like physical activity and training that you do, like you go to gym, you go to dance practice, it's impossible to not at least build some muscle. Yeah. Did you have any super underground fans who believe in you? No, we didn't. Like, we were not known to the public at all. Some idol companies, they have like pre-debut programs where like they introduce the members to the public before their debut, or like something like that. But ours didn't have anything like that. We were just mainly like kept in the basement and like, yeah. Let's see. What would you tell your younger self before she started training? Diligence is key, I think. Being diligent and responsible and sticking to things is the most important part of being a trainee. Don't. Honestly, all in all, I think it was a good experience, because I learned so much and I was able to build myself up so much. Leave, yeah, run. Were you limited in seeing your family and say, yeah, when I was in the overseas one, I didn't get to see anyone outside the company. Like, not even my family there. And when I was a part-time, it was much more relaxed because, like, we have to go to school in the day. Like, our training day only started in the afternoon, and we get to go home after. Your family they thought it was a good idea at first because, like, I was really passionate about dancing and performing, and they thought it would be a good experience. I still haven't told them, like, everything, like all the nitty-gritty details about what happened back then, but yeah, they were very supportive as they were here. And we probably got worried. Yeah, like, since I was only able to call them, like, for a short period, sometimes they were really worried if I was doing well, but, like, I just told them, like, yeah, I'm eating and sleeping well, don't worry, I'm doing really well. Let's see. If a young relative or friend said that they were interested in being a K-pop idol, what would you say to them? Do your research. Do your research, weigh your options, and if it's what you really want, and if you're willing to work hard for it, then go for it. But if you're only in it because you think, like, or maybe dancing is your hobby, or you think it would be cool to be famous, don't. They say, "Oh my god, you look so fit!" After you finally, yeah, they said that, and then at the same time they also said, "Did you gain weight?" Yeah. Is it true trainees have a strict diet regimen? Yeah, I talked about this earlier. You can roll it back a bit, but let's see. Did you learn any skills or get training on interpersonal skills related to talent management? Not talent management, but like personal image kind of training, like things to say. We have PR training, and like things to say, how to market yourself to the public and to investors, how to get, like, sponsorships, things like that. And why did you choose K-pop instead of Hollywood? I have no interest in becoming an actor or anything. Like a Hollywood actor, or even like a Western pop artist. Like, if anything, I would just like, you know, stay and make music in my own little basement, and like if I didn't have Phase Connect, I would just be doing my own thing, like releasing my own music. He took all the things not to say and set them in Phase Connect. Yeah, even giving Hime Swift. I don't really care for the Western pop scene or like the Western music scene. So like if I was gonna make music, I'd probably just do it on my own, yeah. Look at our PR princess now. I need. And okay, I will answer this last one. What was your favorite moment? That's a good one to end on, I think. My favorite moment while in the company was there was this one time. So basically one of the groups in our company managed to make their debut, and even though it wasn't the people that I trained with or that we trained with, they were like senpais to us. They're like senbeis to us, and they would like give us guidance, and sometimes they come in for a talk, or like they like tell the managers to be more lenient on us. And they made their debut, and we all gathered in the practice room to watch their first performance on a music show. And then like everyone was celebrating. The managers even brought us snacks then. Like, that was like the one time they allowed us to have snacks in front of them. And then like just watching these people that worked so hard and like helped out so much, and, you know, sacrificed so much over this time, finally gaining success. That was a good time. that was a really good moment. I think it was like the one time I saw one of our managers smile. I wonder if there's a cringe equivalent as Oni-chan but in Korean. Ha! Let me tell you. Oh, oh, where's that 𝐒𝐤 script that what was it? The one that 𝐶𝐳 did from from this one K-drama. 오빠. I forgot what she said. 나도 꿍꿍해. Oh, it's so cringe. But yeah, sometimes we would like watch those and then like imitate them. It was really funny. But yeah. Anyways, that was my talk, my introduction, or like my deep dive into my experience, or my friend's experience with the K-pop industry. I'm gonna stay here for a while. I want to talk to you guys. Yeah, I hope that was interesting. I haven't seen anyone really talk about this before. Not that most people are allowed to talk about it, but yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. 박수, 박수. The bright colors of the PowerPoint. Yeah, yep. My ex called me oppa. Oppa! Oppa! Bito oppa! Is Sakana's lawyer in danger? Well, I technically haven't said anything that's not like public knowledge. Because a lot of other people have talked about like their experiences before. So technically, if they're not suing them, then they wouldn't sue me, right? Right? Surely. But yeah, pretty cool, pretty interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed that. You're too small for them to. Whoa! Hey! You gotta think about my ego here. You gotta think about my ego.
Thanks for making me remember that.
Yeah, as long as I haven't name dropped the company. Not going to, because I value my life and my credit score and my reputation. This whole stream is actually real. Yeah, it's all fake. I made it up. My source, I made it the fuck up. I value him. Aww. Yeah, this is all hypothetical. Hypothetical. Also, thank you for listening. Thank you guys for listening. You would fabricate this whole story for It's my ploy to get you guys to I'm triggering your savior instincts. Yeah, I'm glad I found Phase as well, because now I can still do what I love, which is like, you know, music and dance sometimes with 3D. I can still do what I love without like breaking my back for it, you know? Pretty enlightening, yeah. I don't know. I wonder if I could like ever get to talk with like publicly, maybe like on a stream with another of my friends that like became a streamer. I mean, it's kind of hard because my Korean is not good enough to be able to zatsu, but yeah. At least I can do what I love these days. Am I too old to dance now? No, but I am rusty. I will say I am rusty. You're like, thank you!
Thanks for the TED Talk. Looking forward to the next Phase concert.
Yeah!
Love.
Oh, Phase concert. Again, the person that asked about like 3D concert with everyone performing simultaneously. I really hope that can happen someday. It's one of my biggest dreams. And I think it'd be one of the highlights of my career as well. And as well as you guys, like one of the highlights of being a Face Connect fan. Loki want to see Ria get sturdy again. Yeah, alright, bet. Bet. You hear bones cracking. Okay, listen, I'm not that old, alright? Any other girls can dance? I know some of them can. Some of them can dance, but, you know, we're all gonna need to go through training for that anyways. Who in Face Connect would die first if you all did K-pop idol school challenge? God, I don't know. With like how well I've seen some of our members take care of their own bodies, I can only imagine. Irie dancing my breaker. Leah, you know Leah can dance? I don't know you know that Leah can dance. I've seen it. She's great. Yeah. I'm drinking some water.
I miss waltz and swing so much. Thank you for this.
Yeah, dancing is honestly one of the best ways to like exercise in my opinion, because you're having fun and you're moving your body and like moving, grooving. And I do wanna try getting into more like genres of dance. I remember one genre that I wanted to learn but never like got the ball. I never had the balls to like join a class for is tutting. Whacking and tutting. I think that is so cool. And like I tried learning a bit of it on my own, but it's difficult. So I wanna learn that someday.
My highlight as a Face fan is every single Heim stream.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, tutting is hard. Like all the small movements, you really have to use your brain. You know what? Yeah, whacking. It's like mostly shoulder movements and shoulder, arm, and wrist movements. It's spelled whacking like WAACKING. Whacking. And it's really cool. I don't know, I really like it. You just learn the shiny Lucifer tutting that you think I don't already know it. I tried to learn Silgi and Irene's what was that song? The one that goes da 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 da. Da 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 da. Not Monster. The one, the B-side to Monster. The one that had like a lot of tutting and lacking. I can't remember the name right now, but yeah. Sky, hello! Thank you for the raid. Welcome. My name is Himemiya from Face Connect 𝐿 Alias, and today we talked about my experience as a K-pop trainee. Welcome! Yeah, Sky, and your 𝐶𝐽 in here. Hello. I'm interested in your trainee story. Thank you. We actually just finished talking mostly about it. I'm just like wrapping things up now. But I'll stay here for a bit to chat with you guys. Later tonight, actually. Naughty? I think it was Naughty. Yeah, Naughty. I tried learning that. It took me like literally 4 hours just to learn and coordinate from the start to the first chorus. Yeah. Yeah, 𝐶𝐽, your 𝐶𝐽's here. Well, I hope you had a good stream. Thank you for raiding in, and you can lurk, you can relax now. But yeah, later today I have a karaoke. It's gonna be in I can't count. 6 hours, around 6 hours from now. And I'll be singing some K-pop songs, including some of the ones that I trained, I practiced a lot back in the day. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you enjoy. It's usually the late night streams where I do singing these days. But yeah, I'm just gonna rap later. Yeah, Lil Hime on the beats, yo. Yeah, and hopefully I can do another dance stream sometime. Yeah, Hime baby dance class. I think that'd be cute, right? Like I can teach you guys a routine. I can teach you guys a little routine. But aside from that, because Hime baby, you know, it is a chibi model, so it doesn't have like real life proportionate accurate tracking. I think maybe one of these days I could do like a VR chat stream or like just a 3D stream using a properly proportioned model, like a just some random anime girl, and then I'll do like some of the dances that I used to do. K-pop random play dance. No idea how you get a head as big as Chibi. You can't. My 𝐃𝐨𝐧𝐚𝐭 is unrivaled, okay? Ping. I could dance as Miku! I can dance as Miku! Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Definitely have to set everything up for that first. I mean, do you not sleep? I mean, did you see my schedule from earlier? Yeah, it's freaking Miku, ooh. Yeah, Hime baby interpretive dance. Hime sekai de. No wonder Hime gives K-idol energy. Wait, if I had a K-idol, like if I had a Korean idol group introduction, what would we be for alias? You know how like Twice goes like, what was it? 하나, 둘, 셋. One in a million. 안녕하세요, Twice입니다. What would Faye's alias be, or Faye's Connect in general? 하나, 둘, 셋. Connecting with you. 안녕하세요, Faye's Connector입니다. Connecting with you. Alias with you? Okay, no. Connecting with you is like good for like the full group, right? But like, what about alias as a subunit? What would we say? Like, I wonder. Because alias is like a secret. Would be like 하나 둘 셋. Secret name. 안녕하세요, 페이스 alias입니다. Secret name. I don't know. Fucking this cringe as hell. You know, the stream is teaching like 𝐒𝐴𝐚 air dance move. What's a 𝐒𝐴𝐚 dance move? Why is it called Phase Connect anyways? Because we are connecting the phases. Royal, yeah, Royal is my stage name now. And like the Nico, yeah, kind of like some idols have an introduction. Nico ni anata no hato wa Nico desu. Like how I have my introduction is technically like good morning, good afternoon, good day. But like some idols like have like a phrase that they say to introduce themselves. So I don't know. Konhime is the fake one. It's misinformation. Konhime, Konhelor. The phrase that caught on to, yeah, it's just like something you say to introduce yourself. Yeah. Sup nerd? Or no, my introduction is just ah. Misinformation? Can I meet her? Ayo? Okay. Anyways, I hope that was insightful. Let's see. I am going to raid into... Is Erina still streaming? I think she was streaming today, right? She's doing a gorilla. Yeah, she's doing a gorilla stream. Okay, so I will send you guys over to Himemiya. Everyone say hi to mom while she's still on her break. And I will see you guys later tonight for the K-pop karaoke. For you guys old school K-pop fans, this one's for you, okay? This one's for you. Say hi using your idol greeting. Yeah, everybody go like 1, 2, 3. Connecting with you. Hello. How do you say like face connect입니다? connecting with you. 하나, 둘, 셋. connecting with you. 안녕하세요. 페이스 커넥터입니다. Yeah, you're welcome for the Hime lore. And I will see you guys tonight then. I'll see you guys tonight. Bye bye. Thank you for coming. Bye bye. 안녕. 안녕. 뽀뽀해줘. 뽀뽀. 뽀뽀. 안녕. Bye bye.